like at the moment I'm just so unmotivated for it, and I don't care anymore, and I'm over it, and everyone's saying, you know, luxury's dead, luxury's done. I feel like I got to a point where I just got so sick of watching all of these stupid unboxing videos of these YouTubers that would be like unboxing like 30 things on a video, and it's just actually gross. Like, when we think about what's going on in the world and how much people are struggling for money, and just like with the cost of living and the prices of everything going up, like especially here in Australia, everything has gone up and everything is so expensive now, that when I see people unboxing like all these things on their channel, it just grosses me out. I just feel like it's like complete gluttony, really, when there's so many people really struggling for just daily living, you know, just like normal things that you need, like food and petrol and stuff. So what I'm talking about is, like, I would watch these videos of these YouTubers that would be like, oh, look at me unbox my new Hermes bag, look what I bought, you know, to be offered this bag. And then it would be like, oh, look at this, let me unbox this Hermes rodeo. Oh, and then I picked up this Hermes diamond watch while I was at the boutique. And then look at me unbox these 3 Hermes shirts. And then look at me unbox this Hermes makeup I bought. Oh, and this Hermes pair of shoes. Oh, and then I picked up like, and it's like so many things. And then, oh, the finale, let me unbox my new Hermes Mini Kelly. Like, did you just drop like 100 grand in the boutique today, like just to get that Mini Kelly? And are you ever gonna wear any of this? Do you ever even use these bags? Like, why do you need all of this stuff? So yeah, I got so sick of looking at it and watching it and having it pop up on my feed. Oh, look at all my jewelry. Look at my jewelry collection. I've got like $1 million worth of jewelry. I just find it gross, and I'm sick of watching it, and I feel like people are starting to get sick of it. Really, like, how much of this can we watch, and how much of it can we be like, we can never aspire to that? I started on a bit of an Hermes journey, and then after a while I got sick of it. I got sick of playing the game, and I have never gone back, and I have never played the game again. So you may have seen my video on like my bad Hermes experience, and why I was done with Hermes. And honestly, I haven't gotten back into it, and now I just feel like I don't even care. I don't even want a Kelly or a Birkin. I mean, these luxury brands, we don't know what the future holds. We don't know if the Birkin and the Kelly, we don't know if Chanel, we don't know if all these bags are even going to be the it thing and this amazing investment that we think that they're going to be in a few years' time. We cannot tell the future. We don't know where it's going to be at. Yes, they have been a really great investment to date, but we don't know if that's going to continue. And I feel like everything's really changing in the luxury space at the moment, and people are really cottoning on to like this corporate greed and this gluttony, and like getting so sick of it, and so sick of spending all this money on all these luxury things. And does it even make us feel better? Really? Does it make us feel good about ourselves, or does it make us look better to other people? Like, is that what we're caring about? I don't know. Like, I have just really reached a point in my life where I just feel like I don't care about handbags anymore. I care about jewelry, because I definitely see the value in jewelry for myself, not from a reselling point of view, because I don't intend to sell things that I buy from now. You know, I have recently sold a heap of stuff that I had bought just like on a whim, you know, various different things, and I've sold them because I really want to curate like my perfect collection. I don't want all of this random clutter. I don't want all of these things that just sit in my cupboard and don't even get used. So I have been selling my things lately through a really good friend of mine, Ange from Scout LaRue Consignment. I will put her details in the description for you guys. She's a really, really great consigner. We've been friends for years, for absolute years, and she has her own business selling pre-owned designer items. No fakes, like she's very legitimate. So I will put her stuff, her details in the description for you if you want to head over there and check her out. But she has actually been selling quite a few of my things lately for me, because I just I used to just buy things you know, and then they would just sit in my cupboard. But no more. I'm done with that now. I'm done with all of it. I don't even want any of it. I've sold so much of my collection now that I only actually have a few designer bags left, and a few wallets and things like that. But I feel like my main focus now is jewelry, like creating and curating the perfect fine jewelry collection. I don't want any fashion jewelry. I only want solid gold, beautiful quality pieces of jewelry in my collection now. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've changed to. But yeah, I'm just done with it. I'm done with the handbags. I just don't see any quality. Like, the quality has gone down so much. Everything is like manufactured by machines or like sweatshops, and nothing is handmade anymore. Nothing is, I mean, Chanel used to have like 24 carat, I think it was 24 carat lock. Now it's just like cheap crap, allegedly. Let's just say everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and everything I say is alleged. Okay, so we'll just make sure we add that in. Entertainment purposes only. This is just my thoughts. It's not the thoughts of, you know, anybody else, just my own. But yeah, I see the value in jewelry. I don't see the value in expensive handbags anymore. Yes, I want to have a few of them in my collection. Yes, I enjoy the ones that I have, but I don't see myself buying any more in the near future. I feel like there has been for a while there this movement on like, I want a minimalist collection, you know, not having all these things. I don't want to have 10,000 different bags. But now I feel like it's kind of shifted from the minimalist collection to people are just getting really sick of paying ridiculous prices, and people are falling out of love with the luxury space. So I feel like that's where we're moving in this luxury era. From now on, I'm all about affordable luxury. You will still see me do unboxings. You will still see me shopping, but I'm not going to be buying these ridiculous $10,000 bags to unbox for you guys. I'm not into it anymore. Before, I wouldn't really think anything of going and spending like $6 on a bag, but you know what? They're not $6 anymore. I went into Chanel the other day just to try on a new bag. You may have seen my short that I put up about that. This new bag was $9 and it was a little tiny 22 Chanel 22 bag in black caviar, and I just was like, this is not worth $9. I would not pay $9 for this. I didn't even want to go into Chanel initially. I was in the city shopping with my daughter. We're just looking in the window. I happened to have my medium classic flap on, and the security was like, oh, do you want to come in? And I remember watching a video from Super Jacob about this, about how they're like trying to lure people into their shop lately, and because like no one's buying. And that is exactly what I experienced. I was just like looking in the window, and then they're like, oh, come in. And then they straight away had an essay, and she was happy to show me around. And I was like, wow, this is different. Like, I'm not used to this sort of service in Chanel. So I just want to give you a little bit of a backstory about why I have changed my mind on luxury shopping. So we were building a house a couple of years ago. We bought some land. We were in our own house, paying our mortgage, bought the land, and then we're building a house. So the time frame of the build actually blew out to be way longer than what we were initially told. And towards the end, if anyone here has ever built, you will understand that you are paying your own mortgage, and then you're also paying the mortgage on the land, and then you're also paying progress payments on the build. So we were paying so much out, and the house build dragged out to be way longer than what we thought we were going to be. It went over Christmas, and then like the tradies closed for 6 weeks over Christmas. So you're basically just paying these mortgages and no one's even working on your house. So that started to get really stressful. But at the time we were okay because we were on a 2.5% fixed mortgage. Now, anyone in Australia will know about our crazy interest rate continual hikes. So I think we've had about 12 interest rate hikes. Sometimes it was like every single month we were having an interest rate raise, and it just like got to the point where it was unbearable for us. We came off, so we moved into our new house. It finally got finished. We moved in, and then we rented out our other house, hoping to keep it as an investment property. And then we were on this 2.5% fixed on the old house. The new house, the interest rates just continued going up. And then we came to an end of our fixed period on our investment property, and we went from a 2.5% interest straight to 6%. So it got to the point where we were paying like $8,000 a month in mortgage repayments, and it got so unbearable that I ended up selling a few of my luxury items. I had to borrow money off family. Like, it got really bad, and every month they just kept putting the interest rates up, putting the interest rates up, putting the interest rates up, and we just got to the point where we were like, we can't keep this up. I sold my Chanel black caviar mini bag. I sold my Van Cleef and Arpels grey mother of pearl necklace, just because like I needed to sell some stuff to get some money to pay our mortgages basically. And then we ended up actually selling the investment property, which we didn't really want to do, but we just couldn't continue paying out $8,000 a month. Like, it was just ridiculous. We had no, like, can you imagine spending $8,000 a month? Our rent that we were getting on that property wasn't covering the mortgage. So we were, paying our own mortgage and then paying this really high investment interest rate on that house as well. So we made the decision to sell the other house, and now we're fine. Like, interest rates are still very high. They haven't come down at all in Australia yet, but like, we're okay now that we sold the other house. So I think that experience, because when you're buying and selling, buying all these expensive things, you don't really think so much about it. But that experience has really made me change my mind, and think about where my money is going. So even though we're okay now, I sort of do think, like, if they keep putting interest rates up, if the cost of living keeps going up, all these things going on in the world, the cost of things continuing to rise, which I'm constantly noticing when I'm buying things at the shop. I feel like every time I go to the shop, things are more expensive than they were the last time. So it's just, I've really changed my mind on luxury items. So the experience that I had with our mortgages and the cost of living and having a really tough time there for a while has really changed my mind about luxury shopping. I don't see the value anymore in leather goods. Jewelry, I feel like, is a completely different story because the price of gold has gone up a lot, and I do definitely find value in jewelry. So jewelry is my main passion. I get excited when I buy jewelry. If I bought a Chanel bag, I would not be excited. I would just be like, it's another bag. And it's sad when it gets to that point where you're not even excited about buying something, I remember years ago when I was overseas and I was shopping and I saw the Cartier boutique, and I was younger and I couldn't afford anything from then at that time. But I remember looking at the boutique thinking, one day I'm gonna go shopping in there and I'm gonna buy something from in there because like their stuff is amazing. So I think now that I actually can, like, I have the ability to go in there and buy things if I want, and that feels really good and nice. I feel like jewelry is a really great investment, not so much for resale, but it's a really great investment in yourself. I love jewelry, so I'm happy to continue buying jewelry, but within reason. I do think the prices of bracelets is ridiculous. I think 12 grand for a Cartier Love bracelet is completely ridiculous. 13 grand for a Joston Clue is ridiculous. I looked on Bulgari's website the other day and their Serpentine bracelet I think is maybe like 13 grand or something Australian. That's ridiculous. I just don't know how they think anyone is going to be buying these things at these crazy prices. I certainly am not. It's really made me change my mind about buying pre-owned luxury. Before, I always would buy from the store because I didn't want to risk buying a counterfeit item. Everything I bought was from the store. I never buy pre-owned. Well, I have, but like very rarely. It's not something I would really do. I always had bought my items from the store because there's just so many super fakes out now that's just not even worth the risk. But now I have really changed my mind about that space as well. Now I would definitely buy pre-owned if it was a good price point. 100% I would buy pre-owned now versus buying new from the store because the store prices are just insane. There's just been so many price increases that they've basically priced everyone out of the market. I don't know who would be buying any of these things anymore. Now that I've completely changed my mindset on money and the cost of things since, going through that really rough patch, now I'm really focused on the future. I have started investing again very heavily in like the share market. I really love shares. I love learning about it. I love investing. So that's a really big passion of mine. So I've been investing in that. I've also been like putting extra money into my superannuation, thinking about the future, thinking about retirement, really thinking through my purchases. For those of you not in Australia that don't know about superannuation, I think that is actually called like a 401k or something in America. It's like saving for your retirement, but it's forced savings and you can't access it. So that's what that is. There's tax incentives in Australia if you put money into your super while you're it's called salary sacrifice. So from your take-home pay, if you put money directly into your super, you get taxed less. So I've been doing a bit of that, and yeah, just thinking about like in the future buying another property when we are able to afford it, when interest rates eventually come down. Who knows when that will be. But I've just really started to change my whole thinking about finances. I bought a new Tesla. We have put solar and a Tesla battery in at home. Like, I see the value in stuff like that, because now I don't pay for any petrol. I charge from solar and it costs me literally nothing to drive. And I love my Tesla. So I spend a lot of money buying a Tesla outright, but I see the value in that versus buying a Rolex or buying an Hermes bag, or like, I don't see the value in that. Whereas I see the value in cutting my expenses at home and my daily living expenses. So I've really changed my mindset on finances, and I've been really trying to educate myself and reading books and trying to learn, and completely changed my mindset on the topic. At the moment, I'm feeling really not interested in luxury. I was thinking about buying a Chanel 19 bag yesterday because I saw it for a really good price on the secondary market, but like, it was thousands of dollars less than it is in the boutique. I can't even actually believe that the Chanel 19 is like 11 grand in the boutique here in Australia now. So I found one for sale for $6,800, which is such a steal. Like, it was a full set. It looks like really good condition. It was on one of the luxury resale pages, but the person wanted me to pay PayPal family and friends and wouldn't accept goods and services. And I thought about it, and I thought, this is such a good deal. Like, what a steal for this bag. But is it worth the risk of what if something happened and it, to this person, they didn't send it? What if they sent it and it got like lost in the mail? I have literally no cover in that situation. Like, I have nobody to cover me. I've literally just transferred all this money to this person and trusting that like they would send it. Yeah, so I just was like, and then I was thinking, do I even really want this bag, or do I just want it because it's such a steal for it? Or and then I was thinking, $6,800 is probably so much more valuable in my pocket at the moment than what it is paying for another bag. And I'm like, I'm not even into bags right now. I feel like I'm over it. Yeah, so I didn't buy it. I decided not to buy it because I think I'm just over luxury handbags. It's extremely safe in Australia, I would say. I mean, you can walk around with your jewelry and your handbags and whatever, and you're not going to get rolled for your stuff. But who knows what the future may bring? People are really struggling financially, and desperation could lead people to steal things and rob things and like steal your handbag and like pickpocket and stuff. Like, it's not there in Australia yet at all, but who knows if it could become that way. And I feel like when you're wearing all of these labels and these really expensive handbags and all this dripping in jewelry, you're making yourself a target, and I don't want to be a target in the future. What are your thoughts, guys? I would really love to know what your thoughts are on this topic. I'm seeing a lot of videos sort of going around saying like luxury's dead, luxury, is it for you? Is luxury dead for you? Handbags and clothing and ridiculous prices of things, yes, I'm done. Jewelry, no. So that's where I stand on that. But I would love to know your thoughts on how you're feeling about this luxury space, because we're kind of in a bit of a weird like in between at the moment, I think. So let me know in the comments what you're buying, what you're not buying. Are you selling some of your items? Are you buying pre-owned? Let me know. I'm so interested to know how everyone's feeling about this. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I always reply to every comment, so make sure you leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to me babble on about how I'm feeling about the luxury space at the moment, and I would love to hear your thoughts. See ya. Have a great week.